Hey YouTube, this is Southern Purple One. I want to talk about landscaping your property or putting features into your property that will do a few things. First, it will improve your security against the little green men from Mars. You do not want to get hit with their laser guns. Also, giving you more space to plant vegetables, fruit trees, whatever you need to lessen the impact of what is coming. So I want to talk about a few things. Now, it's so hard to give people really specific things because everyone lives in a different area. Every answer to your security problem will be different. People live in the city, people live in the rural areas, suburbs. It's so many variables, but some general concepts will help you. Hopefully you've been thinking about this for years and you've designed your property, no matter where it is, to aid you in stopping people, or more importantly, little green men, from taking over your property and harming your family. I like walls, and I've done some walls. I have a lot of corners in my wall. The wall has given me more additional flat space because I live in the mountains. I got a lot of corners, and I'll explain that in depth when I go into doing some walls on your property. They can be nice looking, but they can also be very useful for security. But right now, let's talk about raised beds. If you got an opportunity to put in some raised beds, put them in. I love raised beds because I'm getting old. I hate bending all the way over and weeding. These are a lot higher to the ground. These are made with the synthetic decking boards. Now, normally I don't recommend you go out and buying them because they're just outrageously priced. So find you a source. Maybe find you a big company that does a lot of installs of these things and see if you can buy all their waste products off. I bought 2 huge pickup truck loads for $100. I can make a ton of beds out of it. Now, the sizes are what's the problem. As you can see here, this is like 40 inches from here to here, so most of them were only like 40 inches. Some were 42. So basically, I had to use 2 pieces to make the long sides and 1 piece for the short. So I made these 3 high, so it's a roughly, I don't know, 16, 17 inches tall. I've used some good quality outdoor screws, and I also put a piece in all the corners just to tie everything together and make it a lot stronger. I put a piece on the ends just to keep the thing from bowing. I want it to look good for a long time. So these are going to last a long time, and they do incorporate into my security plan a barrier material, something I could get behind, and they also will give me a lot of fruit from my strawberry plants. So how can you position planters on your property to work into your security? These would be huge. If you had a few of these put up, you automatically have a fighting position against the little green men. If you don't have these things, you have lots of things you can do. There's just one. It's a large flower pot. I have ones of like 5 times that size on my front deck. Very helpful. You can position them and give you some cover. Over here is called a log crib. You can make these things if you live in the country. Now, this is not built to scale. It's very small, so you can see you can make them square, you can make them in a triangle. The nice thing about making them in a triangle, if you're trying to block an avenue of approach of a big vehicle, it's hard to push this over because usually what they do is they hit it and they slide around it, so they can't use their full strength of their vehicle against it. If you made a square one, they can push it a little easier. Basically, whatever size you can handle. If you only got a couple guys, you can't carry big logs, but if you have equipment, you can make these things huge. You could take 18-inch diameter trees and just pile them up as high as you want. Fill it full of dirt. These you're going to use a post hole digger. Very important tool, and everyone knows what they are, but I'm going to show you a post hole digger. These will help you secure your property in a pinch. It'll let you dig in posts a lot easier if you have one of these compared to a regular shovel. So, if you make big ones, you do not use this wire. This is just for illustration, but this would be barbed wire. So you could actually put your first piece down. I hope you heard that one because that was pretty close. So I'm going to speed this video up before I get electrocuted. All right. So you can put these into the ground and then wrap your wire on each time you come up with a new log with barbed wire. Use fence staples, and you can really secure this and make it as tall as you want it. Another thing, if you live in the suburbs, trash cans. fill them full of dirt. Get your subdivision, everyone donate their trash can. You can make massive secure barriers, things where you can close off your subdivision with a trash can. This being full of dirt would create a huge barrier for their laser guns. Also, put the top up like this. If you could pile dirt in here, pile it higher, more protection. Also, put this up as high as you can. It's not going to protect from the laser guns, but what it will do is it will help shield you. If you had a whole row of these, you can hide your movements and make it a little bit easier for them to see you behind it. But also by having it up, you can pile your dirt higher. Put bricks. Everyone in the suburbs have a pile of bricks or a pile of blocks from a project that's just sitting around. You need to gather all these things and make your barriers out. I'm going to show you in some further videos on the whiteboard how to defend a typical suburban house from some looters of little green men. So these don't have to be like this. You can use pressure treated, you can use whatever you want, but make some barrier materials. Figure out your defensive plan now before they come knocking on your door. Thanks for watching.